Hey, today we've got huge news. We're building gloom-resistant technology to allow us to venture deeper into the gloom, which means we'll be able to travel inside it even further. We're also going to talk about a new Bile Titan variant that was hinted at a few months back. Not only that, I'm going to show you how to launch a black hole in-game, and there's even more to cover. If you enjoyed the content, as always, please show some love by tapping the like button below the video. I'd really appreciate it so much. Let's jump right in. Well, Helldivers, the time has finally come. We're going to travel inside the gloom and hopefully put an end to whatever's causing the thick yellow gas to appear on the right side. In the newest Major Order briefing, High Command revealed that the Xenoentomology Center scientists are on the verge of a breakthrough. They've discovered a new type of shielding for the Super Destroyer, allowing us to venture deeper into the gloom. We've also got some scientific details that are pretty interesting to say the least. It seems we're going to be using proteins from terminate exoskeletons as a coating for the FTL drive components, essentially a new synthetic polymer coating. This will disrupt the gloom spore's surface cohesion apparently. To build this technology, we must collect a ton of rare terminate samples. You might be asking, how many? The answer is 30 million rare samples, specifically from the Jinshi sectors. And we have to hold turn in Oknar Secundus or whatever. I'm mispronouncing it. To protect these scientists and engineers. The Major Order will end in 5 days, by the way. All in all, that's pretty much everything you need to know. I must say I'm excited that we're finally pushing forward with the Gloom storyline because it's been ages since we've heard anything new. I thought we'd never hear about the Gloom again, especially since the Illuminate showed up a few months back. Hopefully with the latest news from High Command, we'll eventually see a Hive Lord boss as well as new Terminate enemies. I personally don't want to see new variants. I'd like to see entirely new enemies to face. I think at this point I'm done with the new variants from both the Terminate and Automaton factions. I'm not sure how many of you out there feel the same, but I'm just exhausted from seeing variants. I want something new to fight, like how we had to battle the new Automaton War Striders. That was fun. If we can get something exciting and new on the Terminate side, I'd be thrilled to see it. Nevertheless, I'd like to know if you're ecstatic about the new Major Order and whether you'd like to see new enemies rather than new variants. Let me know by posting a response in the comments. Since we're talking about new variants, we might just receive a brand new Bile Titan variant because we have some more news on that in a little bit. But for right now, we have this post from Fube187 that posted this talking about Spore Burst Bile Titans apparently. And he was hit by just a normal Bile Titan, and it says that he was taken out by a puker. Now, this right here is very interesting. This suggests that one of the Bile Titans will be a new variant called a puker, which is pretty crazy. Now, there's a lot of comments in this thread where someone said Spore Burst what, and then you've got some other ones that are just posting memes and all sorts of stuff. Yeah, it looks like the new variant is going to be a Bile Titan. As soon as we get further into the gloom, that is. Someone asked, what the hell is a Spore Burst Bile Titan? And someone else here said that it's a sub-faction Titan. So, yeah, it definitely looks like we're getting something here, and it's going to be incredible to see what this brand new Bile Titan will do. On a related note, there's a possibility of seeing a new Bile Titan variant. A few months back, when High Command revealed that they'd launch a Gloom expedition into Fori Prime, there was also a new video on the Super Destroyer from Coretta Kelly that showed a mysterious Bile Titan figure, like right here. This is peculiar, and there's a good chance we could see a new Bile Titan variant very soon, possibly as soon as we get the new technology to go further into the gloom. The devs have clearly hinted at a new Bile Titan variant, and it's going to happen soon enough. It's just a matter of time. The thing is, what could this new Bile Titan variant be? Could it fly? Can it, I don't know, jump? I have a feeling it's going to be able to jump. Mark my words, this Bile Titan is going to jump. I don't think it's going to fly, but I certainly believe it's going to jump and be able to launch itself further towards us. So we'll see what happens. I'd like to know your theories in the comments below. What do you think this new Bile-Titan variant is going to do? Anyway, as for the galactic map, Akmar is currently under attack, and if we lose this planet, the Terminids will make a beeline straight for Turin, which is certainly not a favorable outcome for us Helldivers. We must protect the engineers and scientists at all costs. The only problem right now is that the invasion level is incredibly high. How high, you ask? Well, it's a whopping level 50 invasion. I think we're in for a tough battle because not only is it a level 50 invasion, but the spore strain is also present on this planet. I believe the best course of action is to liberate Gukrux since it's supplying Akmar, and by liberating Gukrux, we can stop the attack. If you don't know, this is called a gambit when you stop an attack by liberating the planet supplying the target planet. So, with that said, do I think this is going to happen? Do I think Helldivers are going to pull a gambit? No, I certainly don't think anyone besides a select few will head over to Gukrux. I predict that the majority of Helldivers will defend Akmar and will end up losing the planet to the bugs. From there, the Terminids will attack Turin. I certainly think that's going to be the outcome. Let's put that conversation aside for another day. For now, I'd like to bring up a cool trick you can pull off in the Super Destroyer that some of you might not be aware of. There's a way to play with the stratagem ball on the desk and knock it over. Here's what you do. Spawn inside the Super Destroyer, turn around, and head towards the ship technician side. You'll see a bunch of items on the table there. Next, open up the dispatch menu. When you do, your arm will lift up, and you'll want to rinse and repeat this and move back and forth until you eventually knock over the stratagem ball, which can then be kicked around. Not only that, but some of the other items can also be knocked over. This trick is awesome and very cool, and you can play stratagem soccer with your fellow Helldivers on the Super Destroyer. Speaking of tricks, there's an amazing trick to fire a black hole at enemies by using the Plas 45 Epoch and the new Lift 182 Warp Pack stratagem. To pull it off, you'll need to equip the Warp Pack and fire one round from the Epoch. After that, reload and activate the Warp Pack at the same time. What you'll see is the black hole launching forward while you stand still. You can do this as many times as you like, and you'll still have the option to reload. This is a neat trick, and it makes me want a new type of black hole rocket launcher or even a 500 kg black hole stratagem. Something like that would be insane to have in game and would be fun to use. I'd like to give a shout out and credit to Jackson 1 of 1 for discovering this cool trick we can do with these new stratagems. Moving along, we've got some unrelated Helldivers 2 news. It appears Sony is going to sue Tencent for copying Horizon Zero Dawn. This came about because a few months back, we know Tencent revealed that they're creating a game called Light of Motrium. This whole entire situation sort of reminds me of Nintendo suing Power World for allegedly copying their work. It's almost the same situation in a sense, except I think the Power World developers created a unique game and wasn't really a knockoff at all. There's a new article here from Eurogamer that compares the two games. I will say right off the bat that you can clearly see that the main character from Horizon Zero Dawn on the left looks identical in a sense to the lady on the right, so it's not like they switched up anything here. Also, when it comes down to the mechanical beasts, they're somewhat, if not very identical to each other. It's a strange situation, and I don't think that the Tencent situation is similar to the Power World situation by any means, because Power World did their own thing, while this game looks almost exactly the same as Horizon Zero Dawn. It's a very odd situation, and I'd like to know what you think about it in the comments. Lastly, for today's video, we're going to wrap up the video by going over the top 3 comments. This Helldiver right here talked about how winning the major order was a miracle, and I have to agree. If it wasn't for the developers reducing the Leviathan eliminations and the recent exploit for taking out multiple Leviathans, I don't think we would have won. The second top comment is by SCT Ninja Strike that brought up 5 different planet maps biomes he would like to see, such as Volcanic Planet, Crystal Waste, Dark Moon, Gravity Rift World, and Overgrown City. Out of those 5 options, I think they're all great, but I'd like to see the Gravity Rift World, something where we can actually float and be able to move around differently because of the gravity. I like the floating rocks. That's a great idea. And the overgrown city is definitely another one. I'm thinking more like The Last of Us 2, you know, how the cities were all just different, and with the green shrubs and everything, just it would be incredible to see that. The third and final top comment is by Paternal Salt that talked about how we should receive the minigun from completing the last major order, and I don't think it's going to happen, just to be honest with you. I know the developers have talked about it, but we haven't heard anything from them in a while about it, so who knows what's going on there. It would be cool to receive that, but I doubt it's going to happen. So with the top 3 comments out of the way, I hope you have enjoyed the video. If you have, consider tapping the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications if you haven't already. I appreciate all the support, and thanks to you guys, I wouldn't be able to do this without your support, so thank you to everyone from subs, members, and the lurkers. I appreciate everything that you guys do, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.